Are you in financial overwhelm? A lot of people are, especially now as all the prices are increasing. Let's start with these 4 soothing steps. Hi, I'm Monica Allen. I am a nurse practitioner, mental health nurse practitioner by trade, and I want to be your financial therapist. I use this channel to really use simple steps to help people manage their money and change their family tree, no matter what their age. But the earlier you start, the better. The best day to have started was yesterday. The next best day is today, no matter what your age. Let's start here. Let's brain dump your stress onto paper. I love good old-fashioned paper and a pen or pencil. And let's write down all of your financial stressors. Write them all down. Now, sometimes in therapy, we have people write things down and write a letter to somebody. The person might already be gone, but it's just things they need to get off their chest and burn it. But I'm not asking you to burn this. Write out every worry or financial task. I'm not telling you to read it all the time, but if there's tasks on there, you might want to number them. Get it out of your head and onto paper instead of at 2 or 3 in the morning when you wake up, all of a sudden say, did I pay my property taxes? Did I do, oh, I don't know. I need to do that. How am I going to remember it? And then find out that your sleep is so interrupted. So get it all down onto paper that you can glance back at it if you want to at 10 a.m. the next morning or right when you get up. But I would say pray first, because a lot of times we get up and we start looking on Facebook, Instagram, and things like that, and it actually decreases our mood because everybody's posted just their perfect life on there, and we know all the imperfections of our own life. So let's dump your stress onto paper and get it out of your mind. Number 2, prioritize the noise. Not everything needs action right now. And so you need to highlight what truly matters this week. I know that I have things that I want to do in both of my businesses. And what I find myself doing is like, but I want to do this. I felt like I'm meant to do that. This may not be the time for it. But if I have it written down, it might not be the season of my life for it. But if I write it down, I know I'm not going to forget it. And I know that I don't have to keep mulling it over. But when you prioritize your task lists, a lot of times people will do the mundane things. I'm going to check all my email. An hour and a half later, after they've deleted 50 of 75 emails, they've used their best brain power for stuff that was just menial and could have been done when they were so sleepy at night even. So what I want you to do is when you have those tasks listed, take a look at it. And Brian Tracy, he's a motivational speaker. He taught me this. Take a look at your list and say, out of the list, like if I've listed 10 things, what one thing on this list would be the most important thing to my life and the most beneficial to my life if I got it done first? And even if it's a big task, like these 3 things out of the 10 or 20 things I wrote down would be most life-changing, and do them first. Now, when I talk about paying off debt, we talk about paying off small debts up to the big ones. But if there's something that's life-changing on your list, try to do it first and leave the menial task for when you're brain dead later on at the end of the day. Number 3, find your one next step. And that we already kind of touched on. Just paying one bill, making out a budget online, something like that is a win. It's progress over perfection. So my one next step is I'm going to exercise tomorrow. Not I'm going to exercise every day for 75 days or 90 days when you haven't been. What is your one next step that would really be life-changing for you? And that old adage that God says, I give you enough don't worry about tomorrow's troubles. I give you enough just for today. So what would be best if you're done today? And include in that things that bring you joy, visiting with people, watching a grandchild. Bring things that bring you joy into the list each day if you can't, or at least each week if you're super busy. A lot of people that are running businesses are super busy, and then they say, I have no time for myself. But I personally found that if I get up super early, 5 a.m. or a little earlier, I can work out a few times a week when nobody needs me, nobody's bothering me, and I feel better even though I lost that extra hour of sleep. And it forces me to close my eyes a little earlier too. So find your one next step and then do it as quickly as possible, because that gets momentum going if you just do it. Step 4, pair a money task with something you enjoy. Light candles that smell good while you're writing out bills, play music, sip on tea, or my favorite, Diet Coke. Rewire your brain to see money as manageable, and you are managing it. It's not controlling you. You know what's going on in your finances and you're managing it well. And when you have a little bit better control, even when you're not able to pay all of the bills prior to getting your next paycheck in, you will still know exactly where you're at, and you know that you're working on things. And that can bring peace with a capital P. That's why I made this channel. That's why I wrote my book, Girls Just Want to Have Funds. If you like this, subscribe. If you think somebody else would benefit from the tidbits that I give you, and we get deep on some of these podcasts or some of these YouTube videos. So if you think somebody can benefit, share it with them. Let me help you learn from my mistakes, learn from my successes, and get your family tree changed for the better. Have a great day.